Ngayon naman pag-uusapan natin ang social entrepreneurship. Ano nga ba ito at pwede ba natin gawing option to sa paparating na 2017? Kaya para pag-usapan yan, we have here live in the studio all the way from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Mr. Ihon Chan, the Executive Director of the Malaysian Global Innovation and Creativity Center, or MAGIC. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the Philippines.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Is this your first time here in the Philippines?
No, I've been here quite a few times now. But this time at least I get to travel out of Manila to Palawan, so it was absolutely
nice place.
beautiful.
It's a paradise. Anyway, let's talk about social entrepreneurship. So please define this in most basic way.
So a social enterprise is just like any other typical company. They're a company that sells products and services like any other commercial company, but they actually exist to solve a social problem. Okay. So a couple of examples here in Philippines itself. We have Bayani Brew, which is a typical beverage company that sells tea. But all the tea are actually grown, the ingredients are grown by poor communities outside in the rural areas of Philippines. And it's organically grown, it's healthy and so on and so forth. I saw your bag that you're using, Google Bag, which is also a social enterprise. Okay. Typical bag company, but the entire bag is made of quality product, quality material that's made by marginalized communities outside in the rural areas of Philippines.
Alright, Ihon, we heard that social entrepreneurship is on the rise here in the Philippines. But before we go there, let's talk about MAGIC. So what do you do in MAGIC in Malaysia?
So right now I'm the Executive Director of Social Entrepreneurship. So I lead a department that looks at supporting social entrepreneurs, but also how do we build an ecosystem for social entrepreneurship in Malaysia itself. So anything from campaigning to raising awareness to policy, research, funding, investment, and also now we're looking at building capacity of social enterprises as well. Okay,
so what should be the basic criteria or standards that a certain person should consider before entering the social enterprise?
I think it all comes down to intention, right? I mean, what's the intention of trying to start something in the first place? So that's a really good question to start off with, and then build a business model around it. I think it's a really exciting time in Asia right now. There's a lot of problems. I mean, Philippines itself, 1 in 4 people in Philippines live in poverty. Yes. But how do we see that as a business opportunity? Okay. What would happen if all of a sudden, this 1 in 4 people can become a purchasing power for the Philippines itself? But also in Asia itself, we know that more than half of the people in Asia doesn't have a bank account. So how do you use financial technology or fintech, right, to innovate models of banks to make sure that these guys can be included in the economy as well?
Alright, I was saying a while ago that this coming 2017, people might be interested to enter another venture. So this might be another option for them. So social entrepreneurship is not the usual way for people to go into. So right now, what will you say to these people who are still thinking of another venture? So why would they consider social enterprise?
Well, I think one thing is, I always tell people that there's no better time than now, and there's if not you, who, right? Yes. I think that there has been a lot of tragedies in 2016, and we hear from the Feng Shui master as well, and we had a really good chat earlier about how 2016 has turned out to be quite a bit of a tragedy. But out of that tragedy, we start to realize that, nothing is promised, not even a single day is promised. And if we have that one opportunity to live on this planet, what do we want to do about it, right? We can start a charity, or we can start an NGO, but we know that charity and NGO is a very traditional model. So why don't we look into something more innovative, something more creative, like a social enterprise? Okay. I think that 2017 is a year that we start to rethink about what legacy do we want to leave behind. Okay. And we may not be able to find the answers, but just the act of exploring and trying out something new, I think is more than enough. And that's at least we try.
All right, brilliant words once again from Mr. Ihon Chan. He's been going around, I think, all over the world just to spread out the importance of social enterprise. So once again, thank you for your time, and Happy New Year to you. We have here the Executive Director of the Malaysian Global Innovation and Creativity Center, or MAGIC, from Malaysia, Mr. Ihon Chan. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. All right.